All right, I'm going to say it. The B word, budgeting. Let's get into it. This YouTube channel is all about not being foolish with our money and our lives. We're really trying to know better, plan better, and act better. And what better way to know, plan, and act better than to create a budget and really take control of our financial lives? A budget is just a cash flow plan. We all have cash flows in and cash flows out. Income and expenses. Now, I'm sure you've heard the phrase, you can't control it if you can't measure it. That's used a lot in manufacturing and other industries. But luckily, we can measure our cash inflows and outflows. Thus, we can control them. And that's what it's all about. Budgeting is about controlling your inflows and outflows of money. So what I really want to do is have us make a commitment, a 6-month commitment to the budgeting process. So we're going to take that 6 months, and 3 months of it is going to be documentation. And the next 3 months is going to be following a planned budget. We're actually going to create a budget and try to stick to it based on the previous month's expenditures and income. For the first 3 months of our budgeting project here, we're going to document every amount of money that comes in and goes out. So whether it be in a notebook or a spreadsheet or wherever else, let's document every piece of income we receive and every expense we make, whether it's cash or credit card or check or whatever. So obviously count all your income, whether it be from employment or other sources. It's obviously the after-tax income because that's all we have really to spend, what we get after taxes. And then create expense categories and document all those things that you pay, whether you have a mortgage or a rent, write those down, all of your food and living essentials, your car expenses, any medical bills you might have, credit card payments and loan payments, subscriptions that you might have. Also, your out-of-pocket cash or any other expense. For 3 months, we're going to do this religiously, you and I. We're just going to document everything we can, all of our income and expenses, and try to make it as accurate as possible. And again, these are the categories that most likely we would get. So make a list for 3 months, and just like I have here, just write them down, dollar for dollar. Hey, this is what I'm paying. This is what I got for employment income. This is what I paid for rent. And we'll classify all these together later on, but we just want to get every item in that we can, just in a list, a simple list. At the end of 3 months, we're going to go ahead and categorize these things, and we'll lump them into certain categories. Employment income will be one category, mortgage and rent and utilities and living expenses in another category, food and living essentials, just basic groceries, toilet paper and all that stuff. Your car insurance and your car payments and everything should be lumped into one category, medical another one, loan payments and credit card payments. And we're just going to add all those things up in those categories so we really get an idea of where the money is going and what categories they go to. I just wanted to show you this Excel spreadsheet. It's labeled Personal Monthly Budget, and it's actually a template that came with the Excel program, I believe. And it really can give you some good ideas on what sort of categories to create if you do have Excel. You should have this on your Excel program. If not, you might be able to get a similar spreadsheet off the internet. So you might want to look into getting a spreadsheet like this. It would really help in planning your budget. After the 3 months, what I want you to do is average out all of your budget items in terms of the monthly average, the 3-month average that you've collected. What I've done here is created a little bit of a spreadsheet and just kind of put some categories here. Let's assume your income, your 3-month average is $3,000 per month. Let's say your mortgage is $1,000 or you're paying rent to somebody for $1,000, your groceries, your car insurance, and so forth. These are what you want to just list down as your recurring income and expenses on a monthly basis, and this is your 3-month average. Then in the second half of our project here, the next 3 months, what I want you to do is make a plan based on your actual 3-month average. And for months 4 and 5, I pretty much want you just to spend what you've been spending on average in the previous 3 months. I want you just kind of walk that line and keep your expenses steady as they were for those 3 months. So you'll see in month 4 and 5, my plan is just to spend my 3-month average from the previous 3 months. And I do that for all of these items. Now the challenge is in month number 6, or the 3rd month of your budget plan, is to reduce some of these expenses. So what we're going to do is try to look where we can actually reduce by at least 10% some of our expenditures. So you'll see in the plan, month 6 here, I have $3,000 for income because most likely your income will remain the same. It's probably fixed. Your mortgage or rent is fixed, so there's not really much you could do to reduce your mortgage or rent unless you move out or move somewhere else at a lower rate. Groceries and essentials, you may be able to reduce that by 10%. You might be able to eat less or maybe get a little off-brand kind of items and not pay so much for food and things like that. Your car insurance and gas, probably fixed. You probably can't do much about that. Same as your phone. Your entertainment, you might be able to reduce that by 10%. You can go out less or maybe eat at less fancy restaurants or eat out less altogether. And then other expenses, as they come up, some may be fixed, some might not be able to be reduced by 10%, but others may be. So 6 months in, I really want us to see if we can start reducing some of our expenses just for kicks. So again, the first 3 months of our plan is just to get our averages. The next 3 months is to stay around our averages, at least for the first 2 months. And then the third month, go ahead and see if you could reduce some items and see if you can actually reduce your overall expenditures just for an experiment and just see where you are. At the very least, if you can't, at least you know where all your money is going and things like that. Knowing where all your money is going really gives you empowerment in terms of how to control it in the future. And this probably may open your eyes as to some of the things that you're spending money on that you can avoid and that you can reduce expenses and start making smarter purchases. So again, let's just try this. Let's just make a 6-month commitment to creating a budget and sticking with it and just see if we can do it. I mean, at the end of the 6 months, if you don't like it, well, maybe you won't do it again. But you might actually kind of like this. You might like the control it gives you. And really, getting a hold of your financial life is all about getting a hold of your finances and what you're spending on your daily life and really taking control of that. So I hope this was a helpful introduction into budgeting. There's nothing exciting or sexy about it. I mean, budgeting is really kind of boring, but I think it's essential, especially if you haven't done it before, because it'll really give you a grasp of where your money's going. And let me know if you're going to try a budget. Write down in the comments below when you're going to start. After you do it, hopefully in a few months, you can tell me how it's going and then how it ended up at the end of 6 months. And I hope you have a great day.